another episode of Deep Talk.
Yes, sir.
Tell the folks what we got in front of the land today, man.
It's your boy 302 Ink God. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, for the folks that don't know, let them know what you do, what you get into.
I'm a tattoo artist, entrepreneur, muralist, painter. I'm an artist.
Artist. How long you been doing tattoos?
8 years, but self-employed for 7 years.
7 years?
7 years, thankfully.
8 years old, self-employed for 7.
7 years, bro.
So how you start doing? You look like you a rock star right now. You know what I mean?
I got a little rock star, George Zizerman flow, whatever you want to call it, but I got my own little swagger.
A little swag to it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. So what made you start tattooing? What made you start getting into that?
My struggle, bro, being broke. Always as a young kid, I always had the ability to like naturally draw. I knew I was gonna be a tattoo artist, but I just didn't know like when I was gonna take it serious. I'll tell you that. Just my struggle, bro. For me.
You said you're an artist also, so you draw too, right? I mean, do you freehand draw?
I can freehand draw, graffiti. Always as a kid tagging all over Delaware.
Basically, how it started. Basically, you was
Middle school
drawing, and then you probably was tagging after that.
Tagging, walls, my apartment complex, the neighborhood, just hanging around with the bad people, wrong crowd, and changed my life, bro.
And you just started tattooing. So, what part of Delaware is that you from?
So I was raised in Newcastle, but I moved into town probably like 6-7 years ago. I've been in the city now.
Okay.
I'll tell you that.
So we in your shop right now.
Yes, sir. We got the MT Barbershop number 3 on Kirkwood Highway. You need a cut, you need a shape up, you need a facial, you need your braids done, whatever you need, we got it right here.
So this is your third shop?
This is not my third shop. I had partnered up with my boy Gus.
Okay.
And we in the making of actually building a whole studio for the community itself, like tattoo artists, barbers. You know, we just trying to help the community out, man. Trying to help the young generation up and coming, bro.
Right.
Someone got to do it. You feel me?
Somebody got to do it. And I appreciate you for doing it, kicking it off. You know,
I'm trying. Like something I tell a lot of people, like I'm not an influencer. Soy mala influencia. Like, I'm not perfect, bro. I make mistakes. It's not easy, I'll tell you that. Like, it's a lot of communication, a lot of morals, a lot of principles, a lot of respect, you gotta stand your ground, I'll tell you that.
So let me ask you this, man. So what's some of the craziest things you've seen people get tagged? Like, what's some of the things you like, why? Like,
for me, I tattoo a lot of crazy shit, but for me, it's more like, okay, your man's in jail, he's doing 5, 2, 3, 4 years, whatever the case may be, and you want your baby's name on you, like, baby girl, don't do it. That's for me.
Yeah.
Don't get your partner's name tatted. If anything, get a matching tattoo or at least get it little. Don't get it in black, get it in red. You can cover that shit up, you know what I'm saying? Something I always want to speak up on, like, it's not always about the money, bro. Like, I could take your money, do this stupid tattoo, crazy tattoo, but it's more of like, I don't want to do that to my client. You know what I'm saying? But the craziest tattoo I ever done, bro, now that I'm thinking about it, I did it's a sex god.
A sex god?
Yeah. I ain't gonna say no names, but I was working at First State Tattoos. Shorty had walked in, she said, I'm trying to get this. She had shown me the picture. I was like, oh shit. You ever see it's some sort of guy that had like 2 arms, 2 legs, pussy all out, titties out, cartoon, like, yo, that shit was crazy. I was like, where you want it? She said, my belly button, my whole stomach.
Okay.
She wanted it in color. Man, that shit was something else, bro. Like, I had to actually draw the pussy and everything, so it was just like, little.
I wonder how many people watching this interview, seeing that tat, probably was like, yo, I know exactly what we talking.
Yo, I'm being honest, bro. Like, it was just crazy because I never done something like that. And, you know, she said she was the gods of the orgasm or something. I can't remember, bro.
Guys in the orgasm.
Yeah.
That's what the tattoo was. That's what that represented.
The sex guy, you know what I'm saying?
That's, you know.
That's my crazy one, you know.
Yeah, have you ever had somebody try to run off on you?
Run off
after you do the tat, like if they ain't pay you or whatever?
Thankfully, nah, bro. When I first started as a jit, yeah, I did have, you know, I was on the Ave, you know, in my basement tattooing, trying to get my shit together. I had this homie, you know, talking about, oh, I don't got cash, I'm gonna go to the ATM. Nigga never came back. But every then, lesson learned. I tell you that.
Definitely lesson learned.
Yeah.
You know?
It happens, you know. Some people, sneaky people, but.
Now, if somebody wanted to get a tattoo from you, what's the process? Is it certain clients you do, or is it just walk-ins or appointments only?
So, me as an artist now, who I am, like I was saying, I'm selective of who I'm tattooing. Like, for instance, like, to be cocky, but to be humbly at the same time, like, my DMs are like, you know, thankfully always, you know, filled up.
Mm-hmm.
But why would I tattoo somebody, you know, with, you know, a ski mask, you know, and your profile picture with a strap saying, I mean, I get it, you know, we all have fallen angels, you know, people, you know, underground or whatever. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace to all the dead homies and shit. You see the boys bio, free JJ, free that, Geek Squad, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I try to stay away from that now, but why would I tattoo someone like that rather than I have, you know, doctors, lawyers that want to get tattooed? You know, that's my type of clientele. But if you're definitely trying to book with me now, I have my Porter app. The process with me is, you know, you give me a deposit, you tell me your vision, your idea. I try to bring it to life. Mm-hmm. We can sit down, talk about it, design it. It might take an hour, it might take two, it might take all day. I might not even tattoo you that same day just because it took, you know, the process is, you know, it's long, bro. Just know if you come to me, I try to be genuine and try to give it my all. Like, as a tattoo artist, I feel like sometimes it can be, you can be really hard on yourself, or you could be your worst critique just because it could be that one little mistake that just fucks you up. You know what I'm saying?
It's just, I understand that, man. I understand that.
Yes, sir.
Is it like an age limit to it? Like, is it over like 21, or is it just over 18 you can get tatted?
Yeah, definitely. You definitely gotta be at least, you know, 18. Unless you bring your mom or dad, you come sign in, you know, the consent form. I'm with it, but I don't do underage people anymore. I used to when I started, but not no more.
Yeah. You know, it gets shit.
Yeah.
They ain't supposed to be getting, and then.
Bro, I had this one cat, this young boy. He came to me trying to get tatted. He was all hyped, trying to do some big shit. This motherfucker took his mom's Cash App and sent it to me, but I ain't, you know, I was like, fuck it, he sent me the Cash App. Like, so, I was gonna send it to you. Mm-hmm. I received it. I did the tat, banged it out. A day or two later, you know, the mom calls me like, why would you tattoo my son? Did you know that he used my Cash App, blah, 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 like coming at my shit. I was like, damn. Lesson learned.
Like, he said that he was underage, right?
No, he wasn't underage, but he just, you know, used his mom's Cash App to Cash App me, and
that's crazy work. That's crazy work, man. That's crazy work. So
what's what?
So what's some of the you know, like besides the tattoos itself, you know, what other experiences have you had tattooing?
I had a lot of experiences. Yo, come over here, bro. Come over here. Stop being shy, motherfucker.
What up?
It's my boy Sharp Life. You know what I'm saying?
Shot. What up?
Come show him the tattoo real quick. You little sign like, you know. Zoom in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I like that.
Got the TMC.
You got been down. I can't see it. My bad, bro.
Nah, you good shit. Check my jaw like that.
Yeah. I got you.
Got lie, man. It's my tag guy right here, man. He official. You gotta come check him out. You know this shit for real.
Okay.
But we were saying one of the craziest experiences. I think it's just more like when I could touch someone through the tattoo and they start, I do the tattoo, I bang it out, and they look at it like a memorial piece and they start crying, or they thank you, and I feel like that's beautiful. Like you can help a person out, help them heal. So
You definitely can help a person out. You definitely can help them heal with that, But I feel like getting a tattoo done, you gotta be real, like, sure of what you're getting,
when I tell people, be sure of what you want and be 100% on like who's gonna do the tattoo for you, because not every artist is for you. I'll tell you that. Like, you gotta know what you want, how you want it to look, how you trying to express yourself. And don't bring your best friend who low-key be envious of you, or your so-called bestie. Because 9 times out of 10, I have someone here, I'm trying to get this, what you think? And then they show it to the friend, she be like, ew, that's ugly, that's stupid. Like, and then my like, yo, you hating ass bitch.
And that's how they be. Man.
Not everybody's your friend, I'll tell you that. So.
Okay. So what is your goal with this tattoo? You feel like you reached your goal? Or you feel like you still gotta get to a certain...
Look, I'm very hard on myself. My goal is to leave a legacy. My legacy to me matters a lot. Just because my dad, he left a legacy. Rest in peace to my dad, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build a legacy, help my community, and help the up and coming generation. If you're naturally gifted and talented, and you can draw, you have a passion for it, and you come to me, best believe I'm gonna take you in. But I'm not just gonna take anyone in just because I've been there, I've done it, I already lived that fairy tale where I try to help the wrong people out. Some people just trying to eat off your plate, or they wanna, they want the credit of the fact that, oh, ain't got this, ain't got that, or like, nah, man. But nada más, nada menos lo que Dios quiera. Like, what I said is, nothing more, nothing less, only what God wants. That's how I feel. Like, growing up in America, bro, I tried being not so ambitious. Because I was very, very, very ambitious. I wanted this, I wanted that, I wanted that car, but I guess I hit a certain peak where I'm just like, man, whatever God wants, I'm gonna let it be. I try to be grateful, so I have big plans, but my God, I got big plans for the future, but only the higher power out there is gonna let me achieve what I want. I want to run a business. I want to have a studio. I want to have my cameraman. I want to have my, my director up in there. I want to have my barbers that, really fuck with me. I'm trying to create something different, a vibe, an energy. I want people to walk in and they just like, they feel it, you feel me? But we from Delaware, bro. Not a lot of people like working together. Everybody's picking lanes, or like, they have their own little crew, group. Or it's just like the aura that they're carrying is just sometimes be a little bit too strong or too bold, or like, I feel like people gotta learn how to open up and show love. I feel like show love is gonna come back. Not a lot of people are like that, I'll tell you that.
So what about the tattoo community? Is it a lot of y'all? Do y'all mingle with each other, or is it more like separated type?
Right now, I feel like, my opinion, some people may feel differently how I feel, but as a tattoo artist, even when I go get, supplies out, Jersey or Philly, some tattoo artists carry themselves with like, I guess, an ego, or like, bro, we tattoo artists, we're supposed to salute each other, look, shake your hand, like, hey, what's up, man? Ain't God, you know what I'm saying? Look at you in the eyes, try to get your info, because I feel that us as tattoo artists, we're like kind of like a tribe, like, there's not many of us, but at the same time, we're all different and unique in our own way of being. Like, That's how I see it, bro. Like spirituality is my thing. Like I'm not religious, as in like, oh, I'm Catholic, or how can I say it? Like I go based off energy, vibration, my intuition, my gut. I try to listen to my mind and my heart. I'll tell you that.
Okay. So how is it tattooing different ethnicities, different skin tones? Is it like, do you use the same type of ink, or you gotta use a different method? Like, how does that work?
You gotta, hey, I'm gonna tell my secrets, but look, I'm not no gatekeeper.
Okay, I got you.
Listen, it really depends on the type of client that you have and the type of tattoo and the type of style. You can't do every style on every skin type. Depending on, if it's an African, American, or, gringo, or if, a Dominican person, you gotta really look at the tone and you gotta understand, how it's gonna heal up. You gotta know if you're gonna do a lot of contrast, if you're gonna do lettering, if you're gonna do anime, if you're gonna do realism. It varies. There's a lot of factors that vary. But you can't tattoo a white motherfucker how you gonna tattoo a black person, if I'm being straight up honest. You gotta learn how to play with the skin tone, how to make that tattoo pop.
Right.
I mean, if you know, you know.
Right.
So
have you ever had people like get a tattoo and then instantly regret it after?
I had it all happen, bro. It's like, yo, thank you, bro. This shit looks so hard. And, it goes home to wifey, and wife like, that ain't it. Why the fuck you do that? And he's like, yo, bro, I gotta get this shit covered up. Can you do something? I'm like, nigga, what?
What's the quickest you seen somebody come back and try to get it covered? You time?
Leaving the shop, 10, 15 minutes back, comes inside like, yo, bro, I gotta get this.
No, 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, some people, let they shawty, control them, and, the tattoo is for you, bro. It's not for anyone else. I'm gonna tell you that. It's for you. It's a reminder. It's a message. The way how you try to express yourself, ain't nothing wrong with it. We all unique in our own way of being, but that's why I try to tell everyone. Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy work, man. 10, 15 minutes later. I mean, but I guess it's good for you though, because it's money. That's just they paying again for it.
It is money too, Like, it's not always about the money, bro. Like, it is, but to me, lately, it's not always. I have my boy Sharp, like, he's like, bro, what, my money ain't good enough for you? I'm like, bro, it's not about the money, bro. It's just like, I gotta be in the right state of mind. I gotta feel it, you feel me? I have my days that I'm not feeling it, I'll tell you that, but I'm only human, what can I say?
And it be like that, every artist needs a break, needs time to, refresh themselves, and
Yeah.
all money you're not supposed to take all money anyway. You're not supposed to do all work. Some work is good, you can pass up to.
Like you said, now all money is good money. Now all work is good work. That's why I said I'm selective of who I'm tattooing. I'm trying to, only tattoo big projects. Also shit that I like, but
Have you did sleeves? Full sleeves?
Yep, sleeves back to back. Right now I'm preparing to take like at least 2-3 canvases to the tattoo convention out Philly up in January. So I'm trying to prepare my canvases. I have a leg sleeve all blasted. I got a whole chest and stomach piece I'm working on. I got a back piece I'm working on. Y'all gonna see it though, sooner or later. I got a couple things lined up. I haven't put my work out there, but if you know, you know.
Have you ever had somebody get a tattoo and then stop in the middle of the tattoo and say, I don't want to finish?
Woo! Bro, I had it all happen, bro. I had people come in, they ain't fucking with my vibe, my aura, or doubt me, and I had people pass out. I had people start having seizures, foam out their mouth, eyes rolling. I had people pass the fuck out, wake up, fucking tweaking, thinking I'm about to kill him, and like,
Bro.
this shit get real sometimes, you know.
So I'm saying, what do you do? Like if somebody stopped in the middle of a tattoo, it's like, I'm done, I don't want to do it no more. What do you do? What do you be? What is your response?
I gotta respect it, bro. I will never like pressure somebody to finish that tattoo if they're not there mentally. Like I said, or like if they passed out, you know, I'll be on my Call of Duty shit. I gotta get on my knees, revive the nigga and get him an energy drink or.
So people actually just pass out while getting tattoos? Because the pain or probably the pain, right?
The pain, the nervous, they having AIDS, dehydrated. Motherfuckers coming here all fucking vaping like nonstop, and boom, they hit that reaching point where the brain can't handle it no more. And passed out, bro.
You ever have people come here drunk, pissy drunk to get tattoos?
Not no more. Not here at least, but we don't go with that drinking shit no more. It's too much bullshit. You know, people turn into demons, especially when they're drinking that Henny. That Henny turns or something.
So when they do cancel, if they do stop you mid-interview and say, no, I don't want to finish it, do you gotta return the money back to them or you keep it or?
The deposit is not refundable with me at least. Shit.
Yeah.
You log in with me, you give me a deposit, you know, we sit down, design the whole design in front of you, switch it up, tweak it, expand it, or whatever you want to do, and you paying me for my day, my time, my energy to sit down with you and have that consultation and create it. But as far as, you know, tattooing you, you know, you gotta pay your dues, you know.
It's all different. So once you start the tat and they stop in the middle, you ain't getting that bread back. So you know,
you gotta. That's what I'm saying. I don't really tattoo, you know, just anyone nowadays because I'm selective of my clientele now.
So what type of clientele, if you don't mind me asking?
Like, you know, it's not just like people with money or like, you know, bougie people. It's like, you know, people with respect, principles, morals, or someone in need of an actual tattoo, you know. It's all types of people. I had lieutenants, I had a cop, I tattooed people that can't even speak English with me, you know, Turkish people, I tattooed it just varies, bro. Like when I feel like, you know, my intuition's telling me to do it, I do it. So that's how I go about it.
So if it's somebody that wanted to start tattooing, you know what I mean, like a young boy or young girl, they want to start tattooing, what would your advice be?
If they want to start tattooing, practice, bro. Practice. You know, there's people that are naturally gifted to pick up the machine and they get straight to the, you know, the basics. They hit it. The line work, the shading, the rhythm. If you want to start tattooing, focus. Put in some time. Put your passion into it. Invest in your equipment. Equipment matters, but it's not always about, you know, having the most expensive machine. Nowadays, bro, like when I started tattooing, I had the coil machines, bro. I had these ones right here. Look, these are actually the machines I started with, bro. These are coil machines, bro. These are like the old school type. Like people still tattoo with these, but these are dangerous. You will fuck a nigga up with this machine. Like this shit's powerful. Like
how much something like that go for?
It varies, bro. You can get it on Amazon for like, you know, 50, 100, 120, 200, depending, you know. It's like...
So they got the bullshit ones and the good ones?
Like, you know, it's like, you can drive a car, but like, what are you trying to drive, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. But I definitely recommend rotary. Start with a rotary machine, you know. You're going to understand. Start with standard needles. Don't start, you know, trying to take everyone's advice and trying to do the same style. Because a lot of things, you know, vary. Voltage, machine, what type of stroke, what type of engine does your machine have? What type of tattoo are you gonna try to execute? You know, do they have bad skin? Are they allergic to shit? Don't do the same mistake I did. I had someone be allergic to latex and I almost killed them motherfucker.
No.
Yeah.
They didn't know that? They was allergic to latex?
Bro, putting my gloves on them where they're starting tattoo and
wow, when they start breaking out, swelling
up, and you know, I was like, bro, you good? He was like, is that latex? I'm like, bro. Yeah, man, straight to St. Francis, bro. For me, it was bad, bro.
Some things be out of your control though. Some things be like common sense. Like y'all gotta tell. I don't know you, so you gotta tell me. You see me putting on gloves.
Bro, I
It's
don't know.
50 to 100% chance. 90% chance is late.
You know, it's a beginner's mistake, you know. I take all that, you know. I love my journey. I love all the mistakes I've done. And I fucked up a lot of tattoos and so long for all them tattoos I did in Wilmington. But if you try and book with me, try and get that touched up, fixed or whatever, you gotta book the appointment.
Is it like do they got to book in advance? Like what's the
I like to know in advance just so I can have an idea what I'm doing that day. You know what I'm saying?
right?
So you go click on my app, you know, it gives you everything. What's your number, your name, your age, what type of tattoo, what inspired you, reference picture. I get all that information on the app. It does it itself.
Do you got a website?
I'm working on the website, so it'll be out there.
Okay, definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to put my art gallery up in the website.
How many clients you have a day?
Clients,
What's the most you had in one day?
the most, probably like a Friday the 13th type of thing, you know, is moneymaker, bro. You
So
Friday the 13th where I do like flashy and I bang out all small tattoos, as many as I can. But I just attended the convention out in Connecticut and that shit, I feel like I was an ink master shit. Like right there ain't no time to really like, you know, have my tattoo process, sit down with the client, you know, look at it, analyze it. Normally people grab and pick or you know what they want. There's no second thoughts. You gotta go in the skin and out the skin, whether you're shading, lining. Ain't no time to like trying to measure it. You gotta really be on top of your shit on some ink master shit.
do they have conventions out Delaware? Tattoo conventions?
Nah, man, but you know, I got a little something lined up. You know, I'm trying to do the little barber and tattooing thing going on with probably a little underground, you know, celebrity up and going, you know, trying. That's what you know, something I want to get off myself. I feel like if you go to a tattoo convention for the first time, it's cool. You know, they do all the, you know, the you know, putting the fucking needle through your bag and hanging you and all this, you know, swallowing swords and the fire and all this crazy shit. But once you go to it again, you know, it's the same thing. But when I go to the convention or when I go to someone's, you know, business, I like to know who the promoter is or who the business guy is, the owner. I like meeting people like that. But I'm trying to get people together and, you know, do something different. But not a lot of people like working with each other.
I hear that a lot out here.
It's Delaware, man. If you know, you know. We're such a small state. Like, I had one of my homies tell me that he's trying to move out to Cali because, you know, he's trying to get signed out there. He showed me how big Delaware is. If you put Delaware and Cali, that shit's like 100 times Delaware. So it just makes you think like you need to travel more, you need to expand, you need exposure. Like out here, I feel like it's like a crap hole. Like people just tend to already know of you or have an idea of you, but they don't really know you like thoroughly.
How do women act towards you, man? You know, you a tattoo guy. How do women act with the tattoo guys, man?
You know, they treat you nice, I'll tell you that. But some of them, you know what it is, they just be trying to flirt with you sometimes just to get the little discount. Like, nah, it don't work like that.
You know, I'm trying to throw some pussy at you.
Nah, strictly business, man. Strictly business, you know. Pleasure, nah. Business, yeah. I'll tell you that. You gotta stand on your business, bro.
Definitely gotta stand on your business, man.
Yes, sir.
Now how that work with family? These families, is it free? Is it discounts, or they still gotta pay full price?
Nah, I show love. I show love to my family or whatever, but like now, I hadn't just met a lot of family members before Trump was in office come over here, and like I had cousins and shit. I had aunts and shit that I've never met. So I try to show my love or whatever, but you know, once it's a family party, you know, you have the friend of the friend and then the show with the tattoo, you know, all window shopping asses.
How that go?
Yeah, bro. You know, at first it's a little bit exciting. You know, tattoo talk. Or like when I'm at my brother's, you know, club and shit or whatever. You know, a lot of people drinking. They come up to you like, yo, bro, I'm trying to get tatted here. What's up? What's up? And then next day you hit them up like, yo, you told me to chill. Like, who are you? What? Bro, I was drunk. Like, nigga, you here wasting my time and energy to talk to you. But don't get me wrong. When I'm up in there, like I try to network. I try to, you know, tattoo talk. I have people that are just, you start drinking. You know what they say. When you're drunk, the real you comes out. They're ready, like boom. They give me the full payment up front, or something. They give me like a $100 deposit, $200 deposit, and I'm like, shit, fuck it. Money talks, feel me? Money talks. I'll tell you that.
So, what's the feeling to have to tell a friend or a family member no?
It hurts just cause it's family. For me, family is a big thing. Feel me? But sometimes I just can't. Like, I be so busy, bro. Like, tattooing takes a lot of my time, bro. So right now I'm just like focused on my craft, my business, my family. If you ain't doing nothing to support that or is gonna benefit me, then I don't need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that 100%, man. You gotta stay focused, stay consistent. You know what I mean? Get better at your craft.
Not too time.
Art. You know, so I definitely understand that, you know, to a T.
Like, till this day, bro, like, I'm still learning. Like, every day I try to learn something or I try to do something different. Like, when you come to me, I'm not the type of artist that's gonna try to copy the same tattoo or, like, for instance, you want a bird, a dove, or whatever, or a rose. I don't try to do that rose in the same person. I try to do something different, tweak it, or, you know what I'm saying? Because I know artists out there, I'm not gonna put names, but, you know, it's cool. I respect it. I used to do the same thing. I used to have the, you know, the sketch done in my, on my Procreate app, and I'll just, you know, copy it and paste it and print it and do it in the same print, copy, paste. But to me, that gets boring. I try to get out my comfort zone. If I want to be the best, I gotta, you know, try to be the best, I feel like. Because don't get me wrong, there's people out there that are better than me, but I want to be the best.
Sure, you want to be the best at whatever you do. Perfect it.
That's my engine. You feel me? Like, that's what keeps me running.
Let me ask you this: if somebody wanted to book you for a party,
yes, sir.
Is that possible? Do you do parties? Do you do tattoo parties?
I don't normally do tattoo parties, but I do tattoo events. Like, I got this, I think they're gonna do a venue right here in town. I think out east side, if I'm not mistaken. They're gonna have, you know, vendors. They're gonna have people with their merch, clothing brand. They're gonna have, what else? Like a little party thing going on. Cannabis, you know. So I'm gonna definitely pop out June 1st.
Is your shop cannabis friendly?
Cannabis friendly in the back.
Okay, I got you.
You can come here, you know, if you smoke and, you know, yo, if you're the type that smokes and you get paranoid, nervous, and anxious, don't even do it to yourself. But, you know, I don't mind. You want to smoke, go to the back, you know, go in your car, you know. But just because I have the ice cream shop right next door, and I also have the, what's it called, the Marines. I don't even know what I have over here, the shopping center. But I try to respect my neighbors as well.
I respect it, man. I'm thinking about starting a little reality joke. Tattoo artists, man. Different tattoo artists in Delaware from up top to down bottom. Just, you know, everybody, you know, come together and, you know, try to, like, get creative, man. Try to link and bridge the gap and have more of the tattoo artists come together and, you know, have more conventions and stuff out here. Cause I feel like it's, you know, I don't see none of that art.
I feel that, bro. Like, that's why I'm trying to blog more. I'm trying to put content out there. My brother Valdivia, he always tell me, like, bro, we need to do like a reality show. If people will see our lifestyle, how we live or how we go. He a funny ass motherfucker, man. He a people's person, I'll tell you that. But that nigga just got it, bro. I'll tell you that, man. So much stuff that, you know, that's not on camera, but I wish I would have caught it on camera. But I try to give it to the public, you know, to show the young youth, like, yo, dreams come into reality, and you know, you got a talent, you better not put it to waste. I hate seeing talent go to waste.
I hate it too.
I hate it, bro.
I feel like the whole Delaware is talent. That's just going to waste.
Yeah, I had my best friend that passed away, rest in peace, Danny. I remember, you know, he helped me out along the way. He was the only motherfucker that believed in me before anyone, before my mom believed in me, before my brother believed in me. Long story short, we had this, I guess you could call him an OG. His name is Moraima Alejandro. If you know, you know, back in my day growing up, I looked up to that motherfucker at one point. You know, I ain't trying to speak much of him or just because of his passing, but there's a point, you know, where I pulled up and he had the wifey, and he had the girlfriend, you know, living with him, you know, treating him good, and he had like his whole crew up in there, and you know, that was just like inspiring to see, like, shit, if he can do it, you know, like, why can't I do it, you know? But long story short, like I was saying, bro, you know, he did my cover up. I had this shorty's name on my arm. He covered it up. Danny had gotten tatted first, and I'm like, yo, bro, cover this joint up, please. Like, man, I'm tired, man. You know, like, you motherfuckers don't get it. Y'all need to stop doing that shit. He did it for me. And then, you know, it was before tattooing, like, bro, I'm trying to learn how to tat, take me in. Long story short again, you know, I guess his shorties had left him or whatever. He wasn't trying to take me in, he just didn't believe in me. He's like, nah, y'all be some like knuckleheads, and I was a fucking knucklehead, I'll tell you that. He didn't want to take me in. Fast forward like two years later, 3 years later, 4 years later down the line, I seen him at my gay nightclub, and he was like, yo, bro, I see you picking up with the art, with the shit, you know, but in my house, man, fuck you, dog. You ain't believe in me, you feel me? Like, it's always those who don't believe in you, you know.
They just trying to spin the block, man. Once they see you get to where you was trying to go, they trying to spin the block.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes it's too late. You don't want the support now, man. You needed it, you wasn't trying to give it to us.
You know, it's like, sometimes you can only help so much of certain people, and you can only do so much for them, but, you know, that low key fucked me up in a way, because he tatted me and he inspired me, and I give him his flowers, I'll tell you that. But he's right next to my homie in the graveyard, so it was just like a little reality check, you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this: have you ever tattooed? Do you touch yourself?
Hell yeah, man! I tatted myself. You know what I'm saying? I got my rose. I got my little Chicana girl right here in tears. You know, I broke a lot of females' hearts and made them cry. You know, I've done my man. I've done a couple things. I got my CA, my Cali tattoo on my leg. I had to, bro. I was thirsty, bro. You gotta, you know, want to be an artist. You try to learn. You gotta experiment on yourself. I feel like, just so you can get the feel of it. But I was my own hamster, shit.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Listen, man, I appreciate you for coming on the platform.
Nah, I appreciate you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? It's my first interview, so we're gonna see what the future holds.
Hopefully we have you back on here again, man.
Sir. You know, whenever you're ready, you know, I'll be up in here at the MT Barbershop number 3. Trying to get tatted, trying to get a haircut, whatever you mean, tap in, get with me. Sir.
Hey, man.